You've got the Bourne movie coming out. I really liked your character in this. Couldn't be more different from what we've seen you in. She doesn't take any nonsense. It's Bourne as you've never really seen him, isn't it? Because he's quite vulnerable in this, and he's getting flashbacks of I guess, the last movies, you know, everything that's happened to him in his life. But she's a real no-nonsense woman. You know, we're talking about the fact, I love the fact you've got hardly, not a scrape of makeup on, and you've got your hair in a sort of little plastic clip.
Yeah.
That we all wear, we all
She's
do
no
that.
nonsense.
No
I love
nonsense.
that it's all about the work. And
Exactly.
I've had quite a few women, and like you mentioning this thing with the clip, that's the kind of thing you do when you come back from, you know, any day and you just want to get down to work or just relax and you just put your hair up.
I do it all the time. Take the makeup off, flat shoes, hair in a clip, and then I'm all set. I can then start working. It's true, it's true. So you've got the premiere, is it tonight?
Tonight,
Right, are you sorted with your frock?
Sorry?
You got your frock
Oh,
also?
I actually just came now from a fitting because I arrived in London yesterday.
Right, oh, it's been all go.
But they, it's beautiful.
Well,
They've done an amazing job. So
you
I'm really
always look fantastic on that red carpet. You always do. You always get it right.
Well, I don't know. I guess I like to play around with it. I'm very much. I have my 3 pairs of black jeans and my T-shirts that I have, and then of course, this is just a chance to kind of get to.
It's like being a princess,
dress up.
isn't it? Yeah, of course. I mean, who's not going to want to do that?
Yeah.
Do you find it nerve-wracking though? Do you find it a bit scary before you do that, or do you quite enjoy it?
A nice mix, I think, because also now it's been a lot of travelling, so it's a lot of those things where you end up trying a dress in the last minute. And but actually, one of the most extraordinary things is I had this tailor coming in last night and see what they can do in a few hours. They're
And then they can make
such
it fit
artists. Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
You've got loads coming up. It's crazy. You're going to be Lara Croft.
I'm starting that later this year.
How exciting is that? That is incredible.
No, I mean, for me, I'm so
that was
excited
Angelina. She did it before, but you
well, but she was such an icon, and she just, I mean, I grew up loving these films, and I played the game when I was a kid, but they rebooted the game a few years ago, so it's now becoming more of an origins story, so it's quite different.
Well, that'd be really good. But did you not train as a ballet dancer?
I did.
Now, the thing is, if you've got that training, you must have an iron core and sense of discipline. So from that you can build.
I'm excited to do the stunts that will be involved. It will actually, Matt on this film, he says, well, it's a bit like dancing, you know, it's about learning choreography and all the fighting sequences.
No, very much so, very much so. And you're a big fan of Bourne, weren't you? I mean, it was something you loved to watch, genuinely loved to watch.
Yes, I did. When I moved to London, I lived with some girlfriends, and we had, you know, the box of the trilogy, and I remember on Sundays and when we didn't have anything else to do, we just kind of rewatched Bourne.
Isn't it funny though?
They were the first people that I kind of called when I heard I was going to be involved.
Do you remember when we used to sit and watch that? Well, actually, you'll be able to watch me now.
They were probably the most impressed of anyone.
And you're going to be working with James McAvoy as well.
Yes.
Or have you finished that with him?
I'm actually going back to finish it off because he's in Africa, in Djibouti, right now shooting, and I'm going to go to the Faroe Islands to do the last few days and just like a week or two. Yeah.
Crikey, your life is mad in a great way, in a really, really, really good way.
It's amazing that you get to go to places where
exactly. Yeah, that's part of the joy, I suppose, of doing the job. And the thing about you is, all of these roles are so very, very different. You know, that's the thing. Do you?
Well, I guess that's the challenge of trying to make them different too, and it's. I think it can be the easy thing sometimes to do something that you know worked once and it's easy. I think with anything in life really. So it's always a challenge when you get the chance to do a role which is very different and push yourself to go further away from yourself.
But you're a very natural actress. I mean, I can see you doing just about anything. You know, you're one of these kind of chameleons. You know, you can sort of, because we have seen you, like I say, in so many, many different things.
I think I enjoy stepping into the character. It's always a wonderful thing reading a script, and I think people can relate when reading a book and the first kind of imagination you get of a character and what it is, and then try to find that and embody it with looks and physicality and voice. And
No, it's great. And, you know, I know you're going to be working with Michael Fassbender. It's good that you're working because otherwise you'd never see each other. You would be on Skype and what have you. So actually, that's very clever. Let's see each other in a film.
Yeah, it's been a lot of travelling. Like I said, I considered London my base and my home, but I think this is my 6th day this year.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm very happy to be here now.
No, of course, of course. And what about your parents? What do they think of all this and your pals that you've had for ages?
I actually haven't seen my mum since the Oscars, but she's on her way to the hotel right now.
Oh,
so I'm going to meet her for lunch.
Oh, that's
so I'm
great.
very
Because you've got... I know you can phone, and I know you can FaceTime, and you can do all of
FaceTime
these
is
things.
amazing.
FaceTime is amazing.
It did really change things.
It's great, and you do actually, at least you feel that connection. You can see one another, but there is nothing like sitting down and having a good old catch-up with your mum.
So
that is the best.
Just 2 hours, I will see her.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's really, really good. So from here, tonight, you've obviously got the premiere tonight, and then have you got some time to yourself, or is it just right back into the
I think we're... tomorrow we'll leave for Paris, and then we'll have a premiere, and already by the end of tomorrow we'll be on a plane to Madrid.
Good grief.
And we'll be there, and then we'll go to Berlin, and then LA, and then we're going to have the big American premiere in Vegas, where we also shot a big part of the film.
Of course, but that's the thing with a movie like this, it's huge. Yeah. So you have to do all of this, but you know what, as long as you enjoy it, why wouldn't you?
No, it was an extraordinary... I mean, like I said, I'm a big fan of these films, and it was a very different thing to kind of be on these big sets. It was so... Actually, just on the strip, we did this big action sequence, and I was able to... I went up to one of the highest rooms in one of the hotels to get a good view one night, because they closed off the strip. Because I read it in the script, and I didn't really believe... I was like, you can't really close down the script. And they did, and they apparently blew up 170 cars. There's no green screen. I actually saw vehicles flying in the air.
It's crazy.
So...
Crazy, crazy.